Students should come to the Writing Center if you're on any level of writing. Like if you don't know what you're really wanting to write about, if you think I've got this down, or anywhere in between, you should come to the Writing Center.
It's always good to get a second pair of eyes on anything. Even if you think your paper's as perfect as possibly could be, it's still just an added benefit to get someone else to read over it, especially someone who studies like all the mechanics behind it.
I've come to the Writing Center before as a Writing Center tutor, and it really helped me with my writing process and just to have someone even look over my draft.
The best way to prepare to meet with a writing tutor is just to be working on your paper. You don't have to be in the finished product to come in. You can come into the Writing Center at any step of the writing process. Just be prepared to know what your topic is, and it's nice if you know what areas you'd like help in.
I like when students come in the most when they are at a blank slate, and we can just kind of talk about, okay, what does your prof want you to write about? What are some ideas that you have? And then we can nail that organizational piece of the paper, and I can send you on your way, and maybe we can have a follow-up meeting too, and then I can be there with that student every step of the writing process.
When people come in the middle of the writing process, I feel as if it's easier to give feedback, and people are more open to feedback because it's not a finished product yet. When it's a finished product, a lot of the times it's really hard to change the bigger areas of the paper, or people come in the day before it's due and be like, I just want a grammar check. And you're like, okay, but your structure's all off. And sometimes people aren't open to critiques like at the end of the process, and they're just coming in to feel accomplished and coming in. But when someone comes into the middle of the writing process, you're able to better equip them to finish the product and then just kind of work through the process themselves. So I think that's what I really like, is just being able to help people, to teach people how to do it on their own too.
Something that you can expect is for me to read out loud what you have. Sometimes students are intimidated by this, or because it is kind of awkward, and I kind of acknowledge that when I do that. But I believe it is the best way for us to both hear what you have written, because maybe I say something out loud that you don't really think you were supposed to write in your paper. Then we can target that as a team, and we can work as a team rather than me just reading and marking up your paper. I like to work together and collaboratively in the Writing Center.
They can expect that they're going to get a full 45 minutes of our undivided attention to just work on whatever needs they feel like their paper has, but also to be honest about what needs to be fixed in their paper as well.
If you're staring down a big writing assignment, come in and we can talk about it. I love working with organization in the Writing Center. I believe that is one of the biggest proponents of writing. So many times we come in, or a student comes in, and their thesis is a little wonky. And because their thesis is a little wonky, that has kind of shifted how they've written their entire paper.
Compartmentalize it. Don't just look at your whole rubric or your assignment sheet and think of everything you need to do. Pull out a sheet of paper, make a list. Research, outline, writing, all of that stuff. Just start breaking it down into smaller parts. And then after you do that of what you need to do, and once you go through all your research and figure out where you need to, make an outline. It can be a simple outline where it's introduction, this is what I'm going to talk about first, this is what I'm going to talk about second. It doesn't have to be a big elaborate whole page outline like you used to turn in high school English classes. Just anything, and then just start writing. It doesn't have to be the introduction. It can be the middle of your third paragraph. Just anywhere, just start writing. You'll feel much more accomplished than just staring at a blank assignment or a blank sheet. And you can always take time to go back and edit, where it's hard to make up time that you were just staring at a blank sheet.